All right, let's get started with the deep dive. Today, we're going deep into South Florida luxury real estate.
Sounds glamorous.
It is, think multi-million-dollar mansions, ocean views, that kind of thing, all from the perspective of one realtor's website.
Oh, interesting. Using just one website as our source.
Yep. His name is Bernard Poirier. And honestly, his site's pretty unique. Got videos, drone footage, even some personal stuff. It's more than just your typical listings.
I see. So using this one website, we'll try to get a sense of the whole South Florida luxury market.
Exactly. Like what kind of marketing works, who's buying these places, what's the realtor's role, the whole picture.
Makes sense. So to start off, who is this Bernard Poirier guy?
Well, according to his website, he's been a realtor in South Florida for 12 years.
Wow, that's quite a while.
Yeah, definitely not new to the game. He's a member of all the major realtor associations, tons of good reviews from clients.
12 years in South Florida, he's probably seen it all.
Right. And he's clearly embracing technology, too. His website is in multiple languages. He's active on social media, even does those 360-degree virtual tours.
Ah, so he's not just relying on old school methods.
Definitely not. And I think that's important, right? Especially in a market like this, attracting global buyers.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
These days, people want to experience a property before they even step foot in it.
Exactly. So virtual tours and online presence are becoming essential, not just a nice bonus.
It levels the playing field, too. Someone in London can check out a Miami mansion as easily as someone down the street.
True, but then what's the role of the realtor if buyers have so much access online?
Good question. I think it's more important than ever, actually.
Really? Why?
Because even with all this tech, buying luxury real estate is complicated. There's financing, negotiations, legal stuff.
So you need someone to guide you through all that.
Exactly. Especially with these high-stakes deals, you need expertise. And that's where a good realtor comes in.
So technology changes the game, but it doesn't replace the human element.
Right. Bernard's website seems to reflect that. He's using tech to showcase properties, but also emphasizing his experience, his knowledge of the market.
It's that blend, right? High-tech A&D, high-touch.
Yeah, I'd say so. It's like, here's the tech, but I'm the expert guiding you through it.
Makes sense. Now, there's something else on his website that caught my eye. It's a whole section dedicated to his daughter, Erica.
I saw that. She plays piano, right?
Yeah, she's really talented. There are videos of her performing,
Yeah.
photos, even mentions of awards she's won. I mean, it's a real estate website. What's that about?
It's an interesting choice for sure. Maybe it's about personal branding, humanizing himself.
Right, like, hey, I'm not just a suit selling mansions, I'm a family man too.
Or maybe he's trying to attract a certain type of buyer, families who value the arts, perhaps.
Could be. It's definitely a unique way to stand out.
Agreed. So we've got this tech-savvy realtor, a personal touch. Now, what about the properties themselves? What kind of places are we talking about?
Well, his website features listings in Weston, Sunny Isles Beach, Southwest Ranches, basically all the big names in South Florida luxury.
Ah, those are the communities everyone dreams of.
They are. But why are those areas so attractive to luxury buyers? What makes them special?
Well, each offers something different. Take Weston, for example. It's known for its family-friendly atmosphere, great schools, large estates, appeals to a certain type of buyer, right?
Yeah, like families who want space and privacy, but still close to amenities.
Exactly. Then you have places like Sunny Isles Beach. It's all about oceanfront living, high-rises, that bustling vibe.
Totally different scene. More for the jet-setter crowd, maybe?
Perhaps, or those looking for a second home, an investment property. It's interesting how diverse the South Florida market is. You can find anything from beachfront condos to sprawling ranches.
And it's not just diverse in terms of properties. I noticed Bernard's website is available in English, French, and Spanish.
Oh, I didn't catch that.
Okay.
That's a pretty clear sign this market is attracting international buyers.
Right. It seems like South Florida is a hotspot for people from all over the world.
Makes sense. Great weather, favorable tax laws. It's a desirable location for a lot of reasons, not just Americans looking for sunshine.
Okay, so we've talked about Bernard's background, the tech he's using, even a glimpse into his personal life.
Yeah.
But I gotta say, the way he uses video on his website is really impressive. It's not just those virtual tours.
What else does he have?
Drone footage of properties, boat tours of waterfront homes, even videos showcasing the South Florida lifestyle. It's like you're experiencing it before even being there.
Wow, that's next level. It's like he's selling a dream.
That's a good way to put it. It's not just about square footage and features anymore. It's of the feeling, the lifestyle.
And that makes sense for luxury buyers, right? They're not just buying a house, they're buying an experience.
Exactly. And video is the perfect way to convey that. So we've covered a lot. What are your initial thoughts? What have we seen so far?
Well, I'm impressed by how Bernard is blending the traditional realtor role with technology. It's a smart approach for this market.
It is. And it makes you think, even if we're not buying million-dollar mansions, are there lessons here for us regular folks?
Oh, definitely. Like, how can we use technology to our advantage when buying or selling? Or the importance of finding an agent who truly understands our needs.
Great points. We'll dive deeper into that later. But for now, let's move on and explore what services Bernard offers. His website lists quite a few.
Let's see what it got.
He talks about finding the right property, obviously, but also financing assistance, navigating the whole buying-selling process, even things like property evaluations, pricing strategies, negotiation skills.
Sounds like he covers all the bases.
He does. But what do you think are the key skills a realtor needs to be successful, especially in a market like this?
It's got to be more than just knowing the properties, right? You need in-depth market knowledge, a strong network, and the ability to negotiate effectively. These deals are complex.
It's about trust too, right? Clients need to feel confident in their realtor's expertise, especially when millions of dollars are at stake.
Absolutely. So how does Bernard highlight those skills and differentiate himself? What makes him stand out?
I think it goes back to what we discussed earlier. It's the combination of his experience, his tech savviness, and that personal touch. He's not just a transaction facilitator, he's a guide, an advisor.
That's a great way to put it. And it's probably why he's been successful for so long in this competitive market. Even if we're not in the market for a multi-million-dollar property, are there any takeaways here for us regular folks?
Oh, for sure. Like, how is technology shaping our own buying and selling decisions? Are we using virtual tours, checking out realtors' online presence? These tools are available at all price points.
That's a great point. It's also a reminder that no matter the price range, finding a realtor who understands your needs and communicates effectively is essential.
And don't underestimate the power of personal branding, even in real estate. How are you presenting yourself? What values are you conveying? These things matter. All right, lots to think about, even if we're not all jetting off to South Florida anytime soon. But we've only just scratched the surface. Join us for part 2 of this deep dive as we explore the impact of technology on the real estate buying and selling process. Welcome back to our deep dive into South Florida luxury real estate. Last time, we were looking at Bernard Poirier's website.
Yeah, getting a feel for him, his approach, the market he's in.
Right. And one thing that stood out was how much he's embracing technology.
Definitely. Lots of videos, virtual tours, that kind of thing.
Exactly. And that got me thinking, how much is tech changing the whole real estate game, not just the marketing?
It's a huge shift. I mean, think about how people used to buy homes.
Yeah.
Driving around, endless open houses.
I remember those days with my parents. So much time wasted.
Now, with virtual tours, you can visit properties anywhere in the world from your couch.
And listings are online, so you can see everything that's available instantly. So much more efficient.
It's raised the bar, though. Buyers have high expectations now.
You do. But it also makes you wonder, if I can see a property virtually, why even bother with a realtor?
That's the big question. Has tech made realtors obsolete? I don't think so, especially for luxury real estate.
Why not? Seems like you could handle a lot yourself with all the info online.
You could, but it's risky. Luxury deals are complex. There's so much to navigate. Financing, legal aspects, negotiations.
So it's not just about finding a property you like. There's a whole other layer.
Exactly. And those are high-stakes decisions. You need expertise to protect your interests.
So a good realtor is more like a guide through that complex process.
Exactly. Someone who knows the market inside and out, who can spot opportunities and potential pitfalls that you might miss.
Makes sense. It seems like Bernard understands that. He's using tech, but also highlighting his experience, that human element. It's like he's saying, here are the tools, but I'm here to help you use them effectively.
Right. And that combination probably appeals to a lot of buyers in that market. They want both the tech and the personal touch.
Speaking of which, I noticed something on his website about financing. He mentioned working with French-speaking banks.
Oh, yeah, I saw that too. Didn't give much thought at the time.
Me neither. But now I'm wondering if that's a sign of how international this market is.
It could be. Think about it. If you're a buyer from, say, France, looking for a place in South Florida.
Having a realtor who can connect you with banks that speak your language would be a huge plus.
Definitely. Makes the whole process smoother, builds trust.
And probably gives Bernard a competitive edge over other realtors.
Makes you wonder what other specialized services cater to these global buyers.
Like what?
Maybe lawyers who specialize in international transactions, financial advisors familiar with different tax laws.
Oh, maybe even cultural liaisons. to help bridge any communication gaps.
Possibly. It seems like there's a whole network operating behind the scenes specifically for this luxury market.
And technology is probably making it even easier for these global networks to connect and operate.
Absolutely. We talked about virtual tours, but there's also online communication, document signing. It's all happening digitally now.
Which brings up another tech aspect. I've been hearing about cryptocurrency being used in real estate.
Oh, yeah, that's starting to happen more and more, even for luxury properties.
Wow, using Bitcoin to buy a mansion. That's wild.
It is, and it shows how tech isn't just changing the tools we use, but the very way these transactions work.
So, if someone's thinking about entering the real estate market, what advice would you give them based on what we're seeing here?
Well, first, research is key. Know the market you're interested in, whether it's luxury or something else.
And don't be afraid to embrace the tech that's available. Virtual tours, online listings, all that.
But as we've been saying, don't underestimate the human element. Find a realtor you trust who understands your needs.
Someone like Bernard, maybe.
Hmm.
He seems to strike that balance well.
Yeah, he does. And don't hesitate to ask questions. The more you know, the better equipped you'll be, whether you're buying or selling.
Great advice. Now, we've talked a lot about the practical side of things, but buying a home, especially a luxury home, it's emotional too, right?
It is. These properties are more than just investments. They represent lifestyles, aspirations, even family legacies sometimes.
You can imagine the stories these homes hold, the families who've lived there, the memories made.
And for buyers, it's about envisioning their own future in that space, building new memories.
It's fascinating how a property can have that kind of emotional weight. It
Mhm.
makes it more than just a transaction.
Definitely. And I think that's something Bernard taps into with his website, the lifestyle videos, the personal touches. He's appealing to that emotional side.
Speaking of personal, let's look at the testimonials on his site. What are past clients saying about him?
Good idea. Testimonials can give us real insight beyond the polished marketing.
It's like getting the unfiltered truth. Did he deliver on his promises? Was he easy to work with?
Let's see what they reveal.
One that stood out was from a couple who sold their waterfront property in Fort Lauderdale.
Oh, yeah. What did they say?
They praised his negotiation skills, said he got them a much higher price than they expected.
That's impressive. Shows he knows how to handle those high-stakes deals.
Another client, a family moving from Europe, talked about how patient Bernard was, guiding them through everything.
Ah, that international buyer we were talking about. It can be overwhelming moving to a new country.
Totally. And they said Bernard made it all feel manageable. So it reinforces that emphasis on personalized service.
Interesting. And did you see any mentions of technology in the testimonials?
Yeah, actually, several clients mentioned how helpful the virtual tours were. One even said they found their dream home through a tour Bernard posted online.
See? That's tech working its magic. It's not just a gimmick. It's actually helping people find homes.
And making the whole process more efficient for everyone involved. But some people might still be hesitant to embrace tech in real estate.
Oh, I'm sure. Change can be scary, especially when you're used to doing things a certain way.
What would you say to those people?
I'd say be open to it. Technology is only going to become more integrated into real estate. It's not about replacing human interaction. It's about enhancing it.
Giving you more tools and options. You can still work with a realtor, but you can also benefit from things like virtual tours, online listings, all that.
Exactly. It's about adapting and using these advancements to your advantage.
Okay, so we've talked about Bernard, his approach, the market he's in, but let's zoom out for a second. What about the bigger picture? How is this luxury market impacting South Florida as a whole?
That's a great question. It's not just about individual buyers and sellers anymore. We're talking about the whole region.
Right, like what are the economic effects? Who's benefiting from this influx of wealth? Who might be struggling?
It's complicated. Obviously, there are jobs created. Construction, hospitality, all the services that cater to wealthy residents.
And those high-end properties generate a lot of tax revenue,
Right.
which can fund schools, infrastructure, things that benefit everyone.
In theory, yes.